Just 6 races remain in the 2001 NASCAR Winston Cup Series season here on JRTV, as for the second time this season, these Winston Cup Series drivers head to the Rockingham Speedway in Rockingham, North Carolina, as it's going to be a fun race here in the Pop Secret Microwave 400. I'm Joe Kowski, along to me Trey Bardo, and Trey, one of the craziest tracks on the schedule in terms of how you have to drive this racetrack. You know, high tire wear here, it's a unique racetrack, you know, different bankings on each end. Very difficult racetrack to get around for these 42 drivers. What do you expect to see here, especially with that championship battle still winding down?
I gotta say, Joe, I feel like it's gonna be another driver-dominated race.
Yeah, the past 3 races here in the Winston Cup Series here at Rockingham have been dominated by drivers. In fact, you know, just last race here at Rockingham, Jordan Stout, race number 3 of the season, won by 7 seconds and led most of the race. Last season in this race, Conrad Evans won. He started back outside the top 10 to do it, however, but he still led a majority of the laps. And then last season in the first Rockingham race, Keegan Thompson dominated, winning by over 4 seconds. So it seems like here at Rockingham, as of late, it's more about tire management, and whoever pits sooner might get that gap to get out in front and win by a few seconds. So we'll see if it ends like that, or if we're going to get some battles towards the end of the race, and it might be between these big organizations, because the top 8 is littered with these big teams. All 300 cars start inside the top 6 here today. All 4 Roush cars start inside the top 12. You have Fitzwater from Penske, Chris Jericho second in points from Joe Gibson on pole. Also don't count out, you know, Anthony Hernandez for DEI. 2 cars from that organization inside the top 5 here earlier in the season. So Trey, do you think that these big organizations like, you know, Hendrick, Roush, Gibbs are going to be the ones to rise to the top, or can someone like Jamie Stewart Jr. in 9th or Logan Williams in 10th get up there and fight with the big teams?
I'm going to be honest with you, Joe, from, like you said, from past races here and how these guys are lining up, I don't know who is going to be able to pull this out, because, like, it's all about tire management. So, you know, maybe these big teams have faster cars, but are the drivers themselves able to manage the tires better than, say, some of the mid-tier teams? Or, you know, since the mid-tier teams are a little bit slower, they actually might have an advantage here.
Yeah, we'll have to see how it all plays out here. Rockingham's a long race, so obviously we'll see how it plays out from there. But think about, you know, where the drivers have started to win this race in the previous season. It's all been inside the top 15 the past 3 races here, excuse me. Keegan Thompson started second here last season when he won. He starts second here today, so that could possibly be good for the number 5. Jordan Stout started third here earlier in the season when he won. And Conrad Evans, once again, he started outside the top 10 and 13th position, but was still on the inside and up towards the front of the field. So we'll see if that plays out for maybe someone like, you know, Chris Jericho's on the inside, DeLello, Justin Seidel, Hernandez. We'll see how it works out here in the Pop Secret Microwave 400. But it's a beautiful day for racing here in North Carolina. Clear skies, some clouds in the air, but mostly sunny here at Rockingham. 73 degrees is the temperature, and 1 mile an hour wind in the northwest direction. No chance of rain. Will be perfectly fine to go here at the Rockingham Speedway. The track is 1.017 miles in length. That's where, you know, kind of the uniqueness comes in here. And variation of banking throughout the corners. 22 degrees in turns 1 and 2. 25 degrees in turns 3 and 4, and the straightaways have 8 degrees of banking here at Rockingham. The track built in 1965, and the first race held here in the Winston Cup Series in 1981. And the past 5 winners in the fall race here at Rockingham: Nate Bell in 1996 and 1998, Jason Smayo Jr. in 1997, Marcus Sanchi in 1999, and Conrad Evans did it last season in the number 31. And it's a 79-lap race, once again a longer race here at Rockingham, and the fuel window just past the midpoint, 42 to 48 laps. We'll see who can try the undercut, get the tires sooner, and get a gap built up versus who tries the overcut to try and make that work, and maybe catch a yellow flag to trap some people lap down, or even a yellow flag to try and have the fresher tires for the end of the race. But it's about time to get going here in the 6th to last race of the Winston Cup Series season. Let's go down to trackside, fire these cars up for the Pop Secret Microwave 400 here at Rockingham.
Drivers, start your engines.
There roll the 42 cars through the quick pace lap here at the Rockingham Speedway. And Trey, let's mention the man back in 4th place, Zach Fitzwater Sr. These are some of his better types of racetracks, these unique, shorter racetracks. Can Fitzwater pull another victory out of his hat just like he did at Martinsville earlier in the season?
I mean, it definitely could be possible. I would say for Fitzwater, it seems like lately he's either been really on it or really off of it.
Yeah, well, he's hoping he's on it here today at Rockingham, that's for sure. Looking for his second ever win. Also, drivers around him like DeLello looking for another win this season. Keegan Thompson looking for his second of the season. And Chris Jericho hasn't won since Atlanta. Lost a lot of points last race at Darlington, being involved in a crash. Sierra finished well. He's now over 100 points back, but he starts on pole looking to maybe lead some laps here for some bonus points, while Sierra starts in 6th. The pace car is in, and the Pop Secret Microwave 400 is about to get underway. Jericho will step on the gas first. There it is, green flag, and they were racing at the Rock.
Oh, that was almost really bad for Brett Sear right there.
Yeah, he was up top what was looking to be 4 wide, Trey, but luckily I think Stanworth backed out to give him room. But that really cost Sear and really cost an Evans behind us. Stout gets the wall in the 6, and Chris Jericho leads the first lap for 5 bonus points in the 18. Sear in the middle of 3 into turn 1.
Want to talk about how I was saying last week, all drivers have a good week and a bad week. Well, look at this. Look at the difference right here. You got Jericho in the 18 had a great start, led one lap, might be leading 2 right now, and Brett Sierra is just at the moment lost how many spots so far?
Yeah, he can't find a way down low. And it's still, Tim Garrett who's inside. Luke Green looking to get low. Nolan Lawrence as well. So if Brett can't find a way down in line, he's going to lose, fall us at the top 20 possibly. Lathan Strickland started around 27th place. And now Lathan moving up right behind him in the number 15 as Brett might be able to get low, but no, Lawrence is still down there in the 26. Brett trying to fight hard. Brando trying to slice to the bottom in front of teammate Laura Chung. And Brett Sierra still on the outside. Nowhere to go in that number 25. Now back to around 20th place for Brett Sierra. Remember, he started 6th place, but on the outside he's back now to 17th, make it 18th, and maybe even 19th. Here comes Laura Chung to the inside of the 23, and up front for the lead, DeLello's going on Jericho.
He looks like he made the pass going into 3 and 4, and I'll have to be able to see if Jericho's going to be able to fight back coming onto the front stretch, or if the 97 has it, and I think he might have it right now. These two kind of gapped themselves from 3rd place, so that either means that they're running really hard, or everyone else might be starting to save a little bit of tire here, but I guess we'll have to see.
Well, we know Roush Racing really good here at Rockingham, and obviously they won here earlier in the season with Jordan Stout in dominating fashion. Now DeLello, Stout's teammate, out to the lead, not surprising there. Zidell up to 3rd, looking for his first win of the season. Burnett moves through to 4th by Hernandez, who's back to 5th. Great run so far for Samet Oskin, currently in 6th. Keyshawn Richardson up to 7th. Thompson started 2nd, fell back to 8th, but now back in line. 9th for the 0-1 of Caden Lynn. Mathis Wells, Jericho's teammate, up inside the top 10 from his poor starting spot. Remember, he started on the outside for Mathis Wells, so really good to see him kind of get low and move by. The battle is on for 3rd. Burnett gets by the 24 Zidell. Meanwhile, the front two, they maintain nose to tail with DeLello leading Jericho, racing off into turns 1 and 2.
Joe, I don't want to say anything, but I think Sierra fell outside the top 20.
Yeah, he is.
And he's still stuck on the outside?
Looking for him back there. He may have found a way down in line. We'll have to see here as they race off into turns 3 and 4. Samet Oskin getting passed by Keyshawn and Keegan, two of the bigger names in the series. Yeah, there's Brett. He finally got down line, but Roger Ray started on the last road tray, and Roger was able to pass him. So for Brett Sear back in 23rd, so we had actually a spin on the front stretch towards the back of the field, but no yellow flag came out.
I don't
Jacob
know.
Boyd.
Oh, that's big damage for the 21.
Yeah, that's heavy driver's side damage, and Boyd will fall at least 1 lap down, possibly 2 laps down. But now for Brett Sierra, back in 23rd for Chris Jericho. He's up in 2nd place, so it could be a big point swing. But obviously, we're not even 10 laps into this race, so a lot left to happen in the Pop Secret Microwave 400. And I'm sure Jericho wouldn't want me to say this right now, but last season he started this race on pole, but finished a lap down outside the top 30.
Honestly, if I was Sierra's crew chief right now, I'd be telling him, you know what? It's fine that we're back here. It's not the ideal situation we want to be in, but right now you just got to focus on saving your tires and, really trying to manage them because, what do you have to lose at this point, right? You're falling back. Your championship rival's fighting for the lead right now. If you can save tires and last longer than him and possibly get the kind of a jump on him, that could turn your whole day around.
Well, Sierra already up now to 19th, just got by the 30th Kukulon right in front of him. Fitzwater, who also started on the outside 4th place, is 18th place. Then 17th for Lathan Strickland, 16th to Conrad Evans, he's down line. 15th for Eli Bright. Dismal qualifying result, Trey. Qualified outside the top 30 and 35th, but that number 8 making moves towards the front. So I think we have another battle for the lead. Here it is, Jericho back on DeLello in 3 and 4, and that brings Matthew Burnett to try making a 3-car race as Jericho clears DeLello and now leads once again here at Rockingham.
So I don't think these guys are giving their tires any break.
No, I think their tires are going to be aching at the end of this run. They have to go, at least 40 laps on these Goodyears, Trey. I don't know if they're going to be able to make it. Maybe I'd like to be maybe Zidell back here, just kind of leading the second pack and letting people go.
Hey, I wouldn't complain to see that 24 in victory lane.
No, it would be great for Zidell, who's had, kind of a struggling season when it comes to trying to get to victory lane. So maybe Justin can try and find a way here at Rockingham when maybe the front three, kind of wear their stuff. I see DeLello right back onto the attack on Chris Jericho and Matthew Burnett trying to get up there. He kind of ran wide there in the number 17, but Brett Sierra Trey is absolutely flying. He just got by now Fitzwater in the 2, so he's up now closer to the top 15. Right in front of him, 26 Nolan Lawrence, 15 Lathan Strickland, and then more battles like Laura Chung and Conrad Evans, Eli Bright the 8. Jay Rando's being aggressive here. You know why, Trey? He's just on the cusp of being inside the top 35 in points, which will lock him into races, which he hasn't had all season long practically.
Hey, I mean, any motivation is motivation, right, Joe? So, I mean, if it's even to make the race constantly to get in the top 35, I mean, that's all you really need.
And Trey, another pass for the lead, and once again, it's DeLello on Jericho. So Zachary DeLello, that 97, back out in front of Rockingham. Jericho in second, but here comes DeLello's teammate Matthew Burnett. Now a 3-car race for the lead here at Rockingham. Jericho a little bit tight behind DeLello, has to lift, but Burnett can't find the way to get to the inside. Zaidel still riding in 4th place. Richardson now up to 5th. Caden Lynn up to 6th. Oskin is 7th. Hernandez down to 8th in front of Tim Gary in 9th. 10th place is a 3-way battle. Mathis Wells, Jay Reno, Eli Bright. Not surprised to see Eli, though, racing to the front for starting in 35th, because earlier in the season he finished runner-up here at Rockingham, so we know he's good. And once again, another spin on the front stretch, Trey.
What is
Keegan?
Keegan Thompson has damage to the rear end. Why are they not? What is NASCAR doing, Joe? Oh, that's a car on the apron.
It's also ironic because it was in the same place both times.
What is? I can't tell if the 28 has a problem or if he just recovered from. What is NASCAR doing?
I mean, the only thing you think is that it was at the back of the field, so they think it didn't have to necessarily be a yellow.
Yeah, but if you would think there's been 2 already, I don't know. Maybe, you know what, Joe? Maybe we're overthinking it. I guess we'll have to see if we have any cameras on it whatsoever. But at the moment, looks like the 97 might be kind of pulling away a little bit.
Yeah, he's pulled a few car lengths of a gap over the 18 and the 17, so definitely the biggest lead we've seen so far today. Richardson got to 4th place, so 3 Roush cars now inside the top 4. Caden Lynn fall through to 5th. Oskin fall through to 6th. Zaidel back to 7th. 8th place is now to Tim Gary. Hernandez back to 9th. Jay Reynolds to the top 10 going now for 9th place. So Randall making big moves as all 3 DI cars, they may have all started pretty far apart, but they're all finding their way near each other. Hernandez 9th, Eli Bright currently 12th, and Strickland up to 13th. That 15 coming alive.
You want to talk about tires screeching right now, Joe? That 25 is absolutely hammering them right now.
He is up and now inside the top 15 to 14th place. 2 RCR cars just behind him. But yeah, Brett Sierra definitely pushing those tires to the limit, just trying to maybe get up here towards the front for when we get to green flag pit cycles, and he can try and make his way up through there. Lathan trying to pass Matt as well, as that would be for 12th place. Eli had just passed and moved his way up to 11th, and now Jay Rendo on Eli's teammate Hernandez for a spot in further forward inside the top 10. That's for 9th place. So Trey, a lot happening here, just about, just inside the top 10, just outside the top 10, as the front 3 still stay within 0.3 of a second of each other, and Tim Gary going for a pass for 7th place on the 24 Zaidel.
It seems like Zaidel kind of is slowly starting to fall off there.
Yeah, and that's shocking because I thought he was the one that was up there saving stuff. Burnett got to 2nd by Jericho. I thought Zaidel was the one back there saving stuff. If anything, his car's just not so good right now at the moment. Maybe, the race setup just isn't there for the 24.
Yeah, I mean, it just must be the long run car, because it looks like in the short run he has a really, really good car. But once we hit lap, I would say 15 to 20, in between there, he just slowly falls back. So I mean, they'll have to make some adjustments on pit road here, because, by the way, NASCAR is acting today. I don't see any cautions coming our way.
No, I don't know, unless it happens at the front. But you also don't know. We still know what happened with the crash. We still haven't seen it. Could have been that they didn't spin around and they just kind of slid and then hit the wall and then slid back up.
Oh no, I think those tire marks might tell a different story.
Yeah, but they
those look pretty aggressive.
Yeah, but they could have slid that way too. If you're coming back up the track, you're gonna be hitting the brakes really hard.
Hey, I think if I was in the car and I'm the one in the grass and losing spots of damage, I would want a caution of some sort.
Yeah, you probably would, but I mean that's NASCAR's discretion, as Eli Bright moved by his teammate, the one of Hernandez. So now Eli, from his 35th starting spot up inside the top 10, really big gainer right here. At the front, it's tightening up again. Matthew Burnett is gaining on teammate Zachary DeLello and bringing Jericho back with him. So it's a Roush right now, 1-2 at the front. Their other teammate, Keyshawn Richardson, in 4th place. And then their last teammate, Jordanstown, 18th. So at the moment, 3 Roush cars running very strong here at Rockingham. And right now, 2 of them leading the way, and here comes Richardson trying to gain on the front 3. Cade and Lynn having a really good run for Team Sabco. Up inside the top 5, Samet Osgood with a great day for Petty Enterprises, as they're all still trying to run down, though, the front 3. And Hernandez right now really struggling that one car, holding up the driver's 11th on back.
Yeah, it looks like Mathis is finally going to try to duck to the inside. I don't know if the one's going to get the run off the top side, though. He might.
Oh, it's close.
And not quite, but don't let these guys look behind them right now.
No, Brett Sierra is on a mission. The 25 trying to get back up inside the top 10. He sees 11th place just in front of him, as Mathis Wells moves to 11th, get by the one of Hernandez. There's Sierra to 12th, and now looking on the 20 of Mathis Wells. But you can already see, Trey, these tires have taken a beating. They are going so slow through these corners because the tire wear is so big at a place like Rockingham. Look at this big battle back here, though. Teammates going at it.
Oh, that was close contact right there.
Yeah, Evans and Lord Chung almost made contact. The 15. There's a lot happening right there. Rockingham still battling up here. Is for the lead. Burnett's looking out. Teammate DeLello racing off into turn 3.
Is he going to be able to make the move? Not quite, but he's all over the bumper of that 97.
Trey, there's a lot happening right now at Rockingham. I don't know what to do. Matthew Burnett looking out. DeLello back there around 10th place. They're all making contact, whatnot. Burnett's looking low to turn 1 on DeLello.
Now, is this going to bring the 18 of Jericho any closer? Are these guys going to be able to keep their distance right now? Really going to depend on how long it takes to make this pass work. Right now, they're side by side, but the 17 should clear him coming out of 4.
Yeah, Burnett already clearing the middle 3 and 4. So the 17 now leads here at Rockingham. This is the first time he's led today. Here comes Jericho trying to break up the round. 1-2 at the front. He's moving low for second on Zachary DeLello. Meanwhile, while looking at that, Caden Lynn's up to 4th place for Team Sapquin, absolutely flying. He's trying to get in the front 3. Jericho trying to clear for second. Can't quite do it yet on DeLello. Richardson falling back into the clutches of Oskin. Eli Bright on the back of Justin Zidell for 9th place. Jericho will complete the pass to move up to second, but Burnett has gotten away in the 17. Lynn is now gaining on those drivers. Look at him gaining fast on DeLello. He's 4th place. Richardson 5th. Oskin. Gary up inside the top 10. Jay Rando. There's the battle for 9th. Zidell and Eli Bright, and there's the battle for 11th. Zero with the bump from Kukulon to turn 1.
I don't know what that's coming from, but that was pretty aggressive right there.
That was, for lap 30 of this race, that was very aggressive.
I'm surprised nothing more came out of that, because, I mean, that was a hit. Brett really didn't even slide up the track any, so maybe he was anticipating it for some reason?
I don't know, but if I'm Brett and I get back to that 30 car, I don't think I'm playing too nice with them.
I don't know, though. Brett dropped off pretty quickly there, so maybe the 30 car might be able to pull away, but Eli Bright's making a move on the 24. He's going to clear him. Looks pretty easy here, and we'll have to see if he's going to be able to drive away now. But, Joe, these last couple of laps have been something.
Yeah, they've been quite interesting here at Rockingham, and we still have green flag pit stops to go, Trey. I mean, we're about 10 laps out from that. There's Zidell back to 10th place now. Kukulon gaining big, and 11th trying to get up inside the top 10. DeLello's back by the 18 of Jericho, who's now following behind the 0-1 of Caden Lynn. So Lynn up to 3rd place. It might be the fastest car on the racetrack right now.
I think he saved his tires, Joe. Again, like I said, you know, these mid-tier teams, they might have the advantage just because, like I said, they are a little slower. So, I mean, they're really not putting their tires through that much pressure compared to everyone else.
And Jericho now struggling, got put to the outside, will fall back to maybe 5th place as Keyshawn Richardson looks to get around him. And here comes Samet Oskin to try and drop him outside the top 5. So Oskin in the 44 making big moves. That's bringing Tim Gary into it. And maybe Jericho could fall back to, 7th or 8th place by the end of all this, because here comes Oskin to the inside. Tim Gary to the inside, so that's 2 more spots lost for the 18. So it was looking really good for Jericho right now, but now it's only a few positions that he's up over Brett Sierra.
When are pit stops wondering? Or because I think that's when Jericho's kind of thinking right now.
Yeah, Jericho's trying to get probably about 5-6 more laps, and then he can make the move to pit road without having to worry about fuel.
Well, hopefully he can get there without losing too many spots. I mean, he's got a big gap to 10th, so hopefully he should be able to hold off that gap. But at this point, I mean, I don't know. And you got to think about the undercut, too.
Yeah, we see how slow these drivers are going. The undercut will gain you seconds a lap, Trey. So whoever is the first one, as Brett Sierra was looking 3 wide. I don't know, do you think that was him trying to intimidate Kukulon right there because of that bump earlier? But maybe he saw his teammate on the outside and said, maybe I shouldn't do that.
I honestly think so, because if the 24 wasn't there, I think Sierra might have said, I mean, he might have been looking at the apron.
Yeah, so Brett Sierra will now move to 11th, get by that 24 of Justin Zidell. So Sierra, now the highest Hendrick car. Remember, all 3 of them had started inside the top 6 here today, Trey. But at the moment, they're not running that well, as none of them are currently inside the top 10. Sierra, the highest in 11th, Zidell then 12th, and obviously Keegan Thompson, the issues dropped him back. Keegan currently back in the 41st position, and probably a little bit off the pace in that damage number 5. And Jacob Boyd, they took their car to the garage number 21, so he's done for the day here at Rockingham.
You still want to say that those wrecks weren't bad enough for a caution?
I mean, we'll have to see. If they're at the back and they get back going, there doesn't have to necessarily be a caution.
I mean, I guess so, but
oh my
goodness, that 22 almost just got into a championship contender there, and I don't think Jericho would have loved that very much.
Well, Jay Randall's kind of in his own championship points battle because he's trying to get up inside the top 35. So Randall has a reason to be very aggressive up to 7th place. Now at the moment, if he finishes here, he would definitely get inside that top 35 in points, and he would then be locked into the races as long as he stays inside the top 35. So Rando, driver with a passion right now, trying to make that happen as a battle right from him. That's for the top 5. Samet Oskin wheeling that Petty car really well, but Tim Gary wheeling his MB2 car even better. Gary to 5th place again by Oskin, but Trey, we are laps away from making the move to pit road for these race leaders.
All right, who's coming in first?
Yeah, I would honestly, Caden Lynn, right? He has nothing to lose in this smaller number 01 car. You might as well make the move first.
I mean, you got a point. And plus, look how close he is to the leader there. If he shortcuts this, and like you said, if he can gain you a couple seconds, I mean, he could be up a second and a half on these guys.
He could be. So we'll see. And obviously, DeLello, I think, is kind of holding up right now, and he's maybe looking to get by him. But at the moment, no one at the front pitting. Jericho's still fading back. Eli Brake gaining on him big. Then Kukulon, then Seaver, then Zidell falling back. Laura Chung having a good day. Jordan Stout's trying to recover. Evans right behind them, along with Lathan Strickland and Math as well. Nolan Lawrence and his teammate Mitch Corbett right behind him. But pit stops are looming around the corner for these race leaders coming around to complete the 40th lap. So at the moment, the pit window now open. We're past the midpoint. You can make it from here on fuel. Who will be the first to come down? Because once again, it could be dangerous if a yellow flag comes out. If someone, spins trying to get to pit road and they're in the middle of the pack and the yellow has to come out, then you fall a lap down, maybe even 2 laps down, depending where you come into pit road.
This 01's getting a little upset here.
He's looking right here, showing the nose on DeLello, saying, I'm faster, move aside. But DeLello fending off, possibly, for himself, maybe even for his teammate Matthew Burnett, the 17.
Honestly, I think at this point, if you're the 01, you just come in and pit. I mean, if it clearly shows that you're struggling to get around this 97 here who's protecting a teammate, I would have to assume. I mean, is it really going to hurt you to come in?
It shouldn't, right? You would think you would come in now. You're stuck behind a car, so you get the clean air sooner, right? You just get out there, get clean, or fresh tires, get clean air sooner. We'll have to see here. Burnett running a little bit wider, so he's not coming in this time, but the fuel window is open. Will anyone make the supreme? Yeah, Jericho will be the first along with Eli Bright. I like this straight from 8th and 9th, and Brett Seaver as well follows his championship contender in.
You think that was a planned deal for the Seaver there?
They probably said, if you see the 18 wave out the window, you should come in with them, please.
He's still peaking. He's still not going to be able to make the move, but I would have to think some of these leaders are going to come down this time, especially the 17.
Yeah, it looks like Burnett definitely coming in. DeLello, Caden Lynn, so they're all coming in. But Keyshawn Richardson going for the overcut with Tim Gary. They're staying out. Richardson will lead this lap in the 99. So, Trey, 3 Roush cars have led a lap here today at Rockingham.
Hey, I mean, that's good right there for points-wise. Did anyone else stay out other than these two?
Looks like it's just these two for now. So Richardson and Tim Gary have stayed out. I don't see anyone else on this racetrack, Trey.
I don't know if they planned that to happen.
No, I think they were expecting a few more. But here they come into pit road a lap later. But we'll have to see when all this cycles through. Where do Jericho come out and Eli Bright come out in relation to the drivers that pitted a lap later than them? Because remember, they were falling off, a second and a half, 2 seconds with those worn tires. So where do Jericho and Eli Bright cycle out from all this? Because they weren't terribly far behind the race leaders.
Was that Davis that was out, or did he not come in yet?
I think he came in maybe sooner than anyone.
So where's he placed at then?
We'll have to see when it all cycles through. Look at Jericho. Look at the gain.
Oh, my goodness.
He's going to be scored second, it looks like, with Eli Bright third.
I'm going to say, can we talk about Eli Bright for a second? Where was he at when he came in?
He was right behind Jericho in 9th place. They were 8th and 9th, and Jericho now looking with the warmer tires to get around the 17 Burnett. This could have been the pit call of the season for these drivers up at the front. Jericho moving by Burnett, and when it all cycles through, he should be the race leader here at Rockingham. Here comes Eli Bright, the nice run, the 8.
Eli Bright is not going to back off here. He definitely knows he sees a win in his view right now, especially if he can hold it off, and he's not going to let go.
No, and to think about, these drivers now running 1-2 here at Rockingham. Jericho started pole. Eli started back in 35th.
That's motivation right there. Joe, we've talked about motivation a lot today, haven't we? And we can add this to the list right here.
So Eli up to second, trying to chase time. Remember, these two have a lap now, technically worse tires than the 17 Burnett, but I don't know if a lap on them is gonna ruin them so much at the end of the race. They just gained so much track position. I think Eli, if it all goes like the first run did, Eli's in the catbird seat because I think he had one of the strongest long run cars of anyone on the racetrack.
And I think it's safe to say, to argue that I don't, give or take, Jericho might have had one of the worst ones.
That's very true. I think Jericho's car really good in the short run here, so he might be able to haul off Eli here, but if he can't get a gap off those two behind him, then Eli could come up and try and steal it here at the end. So Burnett's now 3rd place after pitting a lap later than the 2 cars in front. Now looking for a second on Eli. 4th place is now Brett Seaver, so he gained a big amount as well from the undercut. Hernandez fell a lap down in the 1 car. Caden Lynn now 5th. DeLello is 6th. Jordan Stout up to 7th. Chung up to 8th. Osgood down to 9th. Brando now 10th. Keyshawn Richardson back to 11th, but has fresher tires. Evans is 12th with teammate Kukulon. Tim Gary down to 14th with his later pit stop. Roberto Crown Jr. up inside the top 15. Zidell is now 16th. Lathan Strickland is 17th. Lawrence is 18th. Fitzwater now 19th. The battle for 20th. Jose Mills and Jack Hobbs going at it. Mathis Wells is back here, and cars are a lap down. The 1 and the 5, obviously. The 71 and Trey, to answer your question, Walker Davis came out in 34th position, the 19.
Oh, well, there it is. And, Joe, I think a big factor of this race is going to be is when we catch up to these lap cars right here.
Yeah, 80
if we do catch up, I mean, we are very slowly catching up to them, and that could be a big thing because if these lap cars have somewhat speed, it could definitely, make it challenging for the 18 here.
Well, we know the 88 car, Luke Wright, he knows how to win at these kind of worn-out racetracks. Just did last race at Darlington, but it's not been the day he's wanted. Currently, last car is the Ford Viapez. That's an issue to the apron, but so far that car looks like it's underpowered, Trey, so unless something big happens, we should stay green. Burnett's through to second by Eli Bright.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe...
Do you think it could be a loose wheel, flat tire? Oh, my gosh.
Goodness.
Well, whatever it is, he's out of control, I think.
That was almost devastating right there.
Yeah, that was Caden Lynn, who's running in 6th place, having a really good run for Team Sabco. That could have really ruined his race. But Trey, we're 52 laps in. Caden Lynn running in 6th place at Zero McDonald's lunch track. Because, I mean, I don't know if we've ever had a lunch chat where the McDonald's cars running this well under green.
I don't know if we had a lunch chat to where we could do it under green.
That's also true. As Burnett gains a 10th off Jericho that last lap. Last week we asked should Labor Day weekend become an off week for drivers. Trey, you didn't know what to say.
Yeah, I took the no comment answer on that one.
No comment, but the fans have spoken. 76% said no, it shouldn't. Only 24% said yes. So Trey, I think we know the answer the fans want there.
More racing.
Yeah, they definitely they want more racing. But now this week we're going to be asking about tracks with 2 dates on the schedule and which one should maybe drop a race. Obviously here at Rockingham we have 2 races, but Trey, of the following tracks, which should only have 1 date on the calendar? Should it be Rockingham, Pocono, or Lowe's?
I feel like we've done this question before, haven't we?
I think we did with other tracks though.
Lowe's was good, so I say keep Lowe's because I mean you can always get. Oh, hold on, give me 1 sec here. I'll answer the question in a second.
Burnett.
Okay. Anyways, have we gone to Pocono yet? Yeah, we have gone to Pocono. I'm crazy. It was a long week there.
It was such a party.
Yeah, that's what it was. I don't know, Joe.
It's tough.
I'm gonna say if we could get more, I want to say passing here, as in like less dominant racing and more what's the word I'm looking for?
Competitive.
Yeah, I say we should keep this track with 2, but I mean it just kind of always comes down to like 2 cars like it is right now. So if I had to pick one for the fans' sake and the action pack and NASCAR's sake, it has to be this one.
Trey, at the moment, this is probably the most competitive Rockingham race we've seen in years.
Yeah, exactly. You see my point though?
Yeah, Burnett is dogging the 18 of Chris Jericho. I mean, look at him. There he goes. He's finally going to get there, I think.
He's going to make it work right here. Hopefully, maybe.
Burnett showing the strength of those Roush cars here today, and he's back out in front off of Chris Jericho, the 18, trying to fight back on the outside, but that's, I think, at this point, he'd be better off just kind of falling in line, trying to ride behind him, trying to stay with him in case something happens to that 17-lap traffic or something.
You know what? Honestly, I don't think we're really catching the lap traffic.
No, Luke Rennie is a decent pace in the 88. I mean, he scored in 37th, but I don't know if that's indicative of, he might have had a slower pit stop, he might have gotten caught in some traffic, so I don't think his car is 37th place, in terms of pace. So I think the 88 pretty good. With 20 laps to go at the line, I don't necessarily know because we have some pretty good cars in front. I don't necessarily know if we're going to be catching. If we do catch, Luke and all the others, it's going to be right at the end of the race. It's going to take all 20 laps to catch them.
Yes, but I'm starting to think it's going to be the cars that don't have that long race pace that's going to be slowing up the leaders here, but we won't see that till maybe 10 to go.
This battle for third now getting interesting. Zach DeLello trying to get up there back with his teammate Matthew Burnett. This number 97, who led early on, remember, trying to get back up into it, going for 3rd place on Eli Bright. And Trey, at the moment, all 4 of the Roush cars inside the top 8. Burnett leading, DeLello looking for 3rd. Stout is 7th, and Keyshawn Richardson, who just got by, actually, Stout, is now up to 7th place. And Keyshawn, remember, has the freshest tires of anyone inside the top 10.
Yeah, I mean, it's a really good day for Roush, in all honesty. I think they needed this type of day because it just seems like lately that they haven't been what they were at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, you say that, right? Because, earlier in the season we were talking about, Roush is the team to beat for the championship and whatnot. But since, kind of midway through the season, they've fallen. There's no Roush car, Trey, inside the top 5 in points.
Yeah, which is, I honestly, if you would have told me that at the beginning of the season, I was going to say you're crazy.
Yeah, you would have been like, all right, you take that bet, you're going to lose a lot of money. But, I mean, it just seems like as of late they've really fallen. But Keyshawn Richardson flying on these tires, he's kind of hoping a yellow flag probably comes out right now, because if a yellow comes out, the gap to the leader is a race, and he can try and make passes, all in one bulk and have the use of fresher tires closer to the leader. Just gets by the 0-1 of Caden Lynn for 6th place, but has a ways to go, about 4 seconds to go and run down the 17 Burnett, who's not really getting away from the 18 Jericho at the moment.
No, not really, which is kind of strange because, like we said, the Jericho kind of seemed like he didn't have the best long run car, but I mean, it looks like they might have tweaked a few things. The one who definitely seems like he's hurting right now is that A to Eli Bright. And you know what, Joe? I'm going to be honest with you. It always seems like it's either Eli Bright has a really good short run car when we never have cautions, or a really good long run car when we do have a lot of cautions.
And it's weird. It's like it flipped from the beginning of the race. His car, we didn't really mention him in the first 10 laps, and all of a sudden, Eli's making passes. Eli's making a pass here and here and here on the long run, and now here on the long run here in this run, he's fading back to Brett Sierra. And I mean, they have the same tires. It's not like Sierra has a lap advantage on tires. They pitted the same lap.
Yeah, I mean, it just seems like this team right here can never seem to really hit the right target when they come to a race right here, and it's got to be painful. I mean, they always run good. It's just they just never have the right strategy to take it to victory lane right here. And like you said, he's falling into the clutches of the points leader right now, and it's only gonna make him worse. And then he'll come back to his teammate, and then he'll go back to Keyshawn. So I mean, he could definitely hopefully salvage a top 10 out of this. I mean, I definitely think he will. It's just he was running third right at the end of the pit cycle.
I would not be surprised to see Keyshawn get both of these drivers by the end of the race. He can move up to 4th place here, making 3 Roush cars inside the top 4. Meanwhile, the fastest car on the track the last few laps has been this number 97 of Zachary DeLello. Chris Jericho still right with the 17 Burnett, who's catching the 88 of Luke Rennie at a faster pace than before. So 88 Luke Rennie, that car might be a lot worse on the longer run. Might have worn the tires off. Now Burnett is gaining with Jericho right in tow, but DeLello is gaining tenths a lap. Eli Breck under fire for Brett Sierra, and Keyshawn Richardson also gaining tenths a lap to the leader. So Trey, at the end of this race, we could have 3-4 cars under a blanket for the win.
Yeah, and I mean, the real question is how the leader's going to deal with this 88 car, because he's not slow, but at the same time, he's slower than the leaders. So, I mean, how is that going to affect, how that 17 runs in the dirty air? Because literally none of these leaders right now have really run in that major dirty air yet. So we'll have to see how it handles.
Yeah, the 88 not slow, but he's not fast either. That's the issue that the leaders are facing with. So Eli back to 6th place, really dropping.
There.
And Hernandez, remember, though, he's a lap car, the 1 is. So he's not going to lose the spot to Hernandez.
I forgot about that.
But Keyshawn is on a flyer in this 99. Those fresher tires are working, and with 10 laps to go, he has to close in 2.77 seconds. I don't know if they'll be able to do that in 10 laps, but he's now up to 4th place, moving Brett Sierra back to 5th. So that 99 makes it 3 Roush cars, Trey, inside the top 4, as Burnett now dealing with the 80 of Luke Rainey, and Luke not giving the lap up.
I don't know how I felt about that one there, Joe.
Yeah, I don't know. Burnett taking exception to it. There he goes to the inside of the 88, and Jericho's starting to drop off. So I think at the moment, Trey, this could be the part of the run where the 18 starts to fade.
Yeah, I mean, he literally did not gain a single 10th, 100th that time around, because he stayed at the same. He might be able to be used as a pick here. Not yet. But yeah, he did not gain very much right here. He might be able to gain a little bit, but not enough here. So if this 97 wants a chance to win this race, he's got to get around Jericho right now.
Yeah, and DeLello can see his teammate, the top 3 within 0.3 of a second of each other. He can see his teammate maybe struggling a little bit up in front. DeLello really wanting to just dispose of the 18 of Jericho right now. Eli Bright in the clutch is actually getting passed by Samet Oskin. Petty Enterprises Oskin moving up for a spot, and Eli moves to 6th place. The top 5 not too far in front of the 44. Tim Gary moving around. Jordan Stout for 8th place. Laura Chung holding steady inside the top 10. Kaden Lynn and Jay Rando in the battle. Lathan Strickland moved by the 30 of Kukulon. Back up to the front. Still battling for 2nd place. DeLello will get by Jericho, making a Roush 1-2. And now the hunt is on for DeLello on teammate number 17 Burnett.
All right, Joe. Well, it's Roush versus Roush. Who do you have?
A Roush car.
I mean, that's a good pick. You think Keyshawn's going to be able to pass this 18 before the end of this thing and make it a Roush 1-2-3?
I would not be shocked, Trey. You know, Keyshawn down to 1.8 for the lead. So, I mean, if this race was 5 laps longer, I think we could be saying Keyshawn might have a shot for his teammates at the end. But I think definitely if Jericho keeps falling off like he is, he might have a shot. But, you know, Cement Oskin might have a shot for the top 5 here in that petty car, Trey. That'd be great. A great story for Cement Oskin here, this number 44, to get a top 5 for one of these smaller teams who, you know, currently 2 of their cars are outside the top 35 in points.
It's true. I mean, when was the last time that 44 had a good run?
I know. I think it was Talladega. He ran up inside the top 10, but you kind of expect that at Talladega.
Yeah, I mean, at a track like this, though, it's absolutely amazing right there. And like you said, he's hunting down Brett Sierra. But right now, Joe, this lead's getting closer.
Yeah, 4 laps to go at the line. DeLello still just kind of waiting for Burnett to maybe make a mistake. These 2 teammates, and Jericho hoping that they maybe make some contact. He can be the one to pick up the scraps and get through to the victory. Keyshawn Richardson within 1 1/4 seconds of the race leader, but now he has to get by the lap car of Luke Rainey, and time has run out for Keyshawn, looks like, to battle for the win unless something big happens to the front 2. Might be able to get 3rd place to Chris Jericho. Back up to the front, DeLello still about a car length or 2 back of Burnett, but a really good exit of 4 trays closing in with 3 laps to go.
Is he going to make a dive down in the 1? He looked, but didn't quite get it here, so maybe he's going to be able to get a run off of turn 3. Yeah, turn 2, that is.
He's right on the back looking, showing the nose just about a quarter lower than the 17, right on the back bumper. Back to 2 to go at the line. Jericho also in the battle with Keyshawn Richardson. That's for 3rd. DeLello once again looking low on Burnett, but not quite there with 2 laps to go at Rockingham. A 10th separate the front 2, and 3/4 of a second separate the front 4.
What do you think the owner of Roush is feeling right now?
He wants that 1-2-3 badly. Ross Petrie
oh,
really
he's
going for it. DeLello looking low, coming to the white flag. Can he get there, Matthew Burnett? He does!
Oh, I don't know if there was contact there or not.
Well, we'll see. Coming to the white flag. DeLello trying to clear Matthew Burnett. The 40 into pit road, not wanting to mess up the battle. DeLello is by Burnett. 1 lap to go at Rockingham.
He's going to dive it down here in the 1 and 2. The 17's holding strong on the outside, though, but he's not going to be able to get the run he's looking for here. The 97's going to clear.
Yeah, Burnett maybe would have been better off to get in line into 1 and then maybe looking for a crossover. Keyshawn looking for a 1-2-3 for Roush Racing. He's to the inside of Chris Jericho. But in front of that, through 3 and 4, Zach DeLello bests his teammate Matthew Burnett for a win at Rockingham, and Keyshawn Richardson makes a 1-2-3 for Roush Racing.
Oh, that was a close battle there for 4th.
Yeah,
or was that 5th?
That was 5th. Oskin was really, really close to get by Brett Sierra, but Sierra holds on for the top 5. But Trey, what a day for Roush Racing. All 4 of their cars inside the top 10, and a 1-2-3 DeLello, Burnett, and Richardson, and Zach DeLello with a 2 lap to go pass of teammate Matthew Burnett for the win.
Let me tell you, Joe, I did not expect to see a Roush 1-2-3 at the end of this thing.
I didn't expect to see 3 cars within about half a second of each other for the win here. Normally it's been, you know, the winner wins by seconds, but instead the winner won by tenths.
I mean, again, think about it. Like you said, if this lap had another 3 laps or so, that would have been
victory lane.
Yeah, exactly. That would have been something.
Yeah, but what a battle it was to the end. And Keyshawn, you know, once again, just about 3 laps short. You have to give it up for him with those fresher tires, but what a race it was. Zach DeLello on top over Matthew Burnett. Burnett dominated today, leading the most laps, but just falls short as DeLello finds a way by. Keyshawn Richardson ends up 6/10 back in 3rd place. Jericho in 4th, so all of the top 4 drivers finished within the same second of each other at the checkered flag. And Jericho gained just a slight bit of points on Brett Sierra, obviously 1 position better, and then also got 5 bonus points that Brett Sierra did not get. So it should be a 10-point swing for Chris Jericho over Brett Sierra. Not big, but any point gained is any point gained for Chris Jericho with now 5 races left. So Matt Oscar, really good day for Petty Enterprises. 6th place for him. Eli Bright just barely hangs on to 7th place with Tim Gary rushing up onto him at the end. He ends up in 8th. Jordan Stout gets 9th place to make it all 4 Roush cars top 10 here today. And Laura Chung for Builders Racing, a really good day for that 23. Top 10 for her. Jay Rando, Laura Chung's teammate, ends up in 11th. 12th place to Lathan Strickland. Eli Bright with a decent car today. Lathan as well, a decent car. Kukulan and Lynn and Mathis Wells also end up inside the top 15. Zidell with a struggling down at 24, along with Evans, Roger with a good rebound from his qualifying spot. Jack Haas, all 3 Bill Davis cars top 20, and Mitch Corbett also gets a top 20. Riley Spurgeon and Fitzwater down here. Some drivers have had, you know, some good runs as of late. They didn't have the best of runs here today. Teammates Edwards and Davis finished right with each other in 27th and 28th. Atkins down here along with Mitchell Collins. And you look down, Logan Williams started inside the top 10. Benny Lynn down here, he didn't qualify that well. 35 cars finished on the lead lap. and a lot a lap down. One car in the garage was the 21 of Jacob Boyd from the earlier incident, which we'll show now with the 21 and the 5. But Trey, what a day it was here at Rockingham. And I mean, Roush Racing, really good here this season. Jordan Stout, the one who was the lowest finishing driver here today, won here earlier in the season. Now the rest three get a 1, 2, 3.
I don't. That was Joe. If Rockingham was like this more often, I would have said kept the second date.
Well, maybe it will. I mean, who knows? Maybe this is a turn of the tide. Maybe, I mean, to be fair, really this good because the Roush cars all kind of found a similar setup, it looks like, and they were all kind of the same speed.
You know what? How about we just do a baseline setup and everyone has to run it, and we'll see how it goes.
We'll see. Well, I mean, for Rockingham only, if they want to do that.
Just for Rockingham, yeah.
Well, as we now go and we look at the point stage, Trey, a slight gain for Chris Jericho once again over Brett Sierra, but still Sierra leads by over 100 points with just 5 races left in the season and some 5 crazy racetracks, Trey. As we look forward to the 5th to last race of the season, a new racetrack. First time we're ever going here in the Winston Cup Series. We're going racing at the Kansas Speedway for the Protection 1 400. Trey, that's another unknown. We don't know what's going to happen at Kansas.
I'm ready for it, Joe. At this point, like I said, I've said it all season long. I don't know what to expect. Expecting unexpected.
Yeah, and the front two points are desperately hoping they can find out what to expect at Kansas because they don't want to go into some unknown with just 5 races left, but that's how it's going to be here in the Winston Cup Series in the 2001 season here on JRTV. Congratulations to Zach DeLello on winning once again in the 2001 NASCAR Winston Cup Series season, and tune in next week for the Protection 1 400 at the Kansas Speedway.